for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Picks Day edition. All that stuff.
My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. We got KG in the building. KG, what's really good?
The Pistons. And we ain't got to go into it, but I know you was at the game last night. Shout out to you doing the radio broadcast, but I love what I'm seeing from the Pistons.
We're going to get into that in the open.
Okay.
And I'm not... Look, I called the game and everything. All right, let's go back around the room. Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
I know you're buying. You're literally
I'm
buying.
all in.
Literally.
Stand on business.
All in. 35 plus wins.
Yes, sir.
Plus 640.
Plus 640.
That's a good bet.
You like that too, don't you, Neil? When you guys were talking about it yesterday, if you're going to bet it and you're going to say that to go that number to get 650, that was a good number, right?
No doubt. Yeah. No, if you're convinced on it.
Get it in now. That's the whole point
Gabe
of
with
the matter.
spacing and JV Bickerstaff, I believe.
Yes, sir.
I'm a believer.
Tobias, JZJ, Neil's going to be a wet blanket. No,
Tim Hardaway Jr. knocked down a couple threes.
What's that?
Tim Hardaway Jr. knocked down a couple threes finally. So,
Yeah, I mean, he'll get it going.
yeah.
His track record says he'll get it going.
Malik Beasley looked good.
It's a good bench piece.
Malik, more on him in a minute, too. Chase in the building. What's up?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? How you guys doing?
How was the morning show?
It was a great morning show. You guys should tap in. It was very electric.
I love it. I have, a soldier in my army. In my army of flannel. I can sit back and I watched the clip of it and everything else. And
Yeah.
I know where Southwest Detroit is, bro. Clark Park shout out right now. So stay consistent. Be consistent, Chase. You and I agree. Sometimes we just can't handle some of the stuff that comes out of flannel's mouth. Yeah. But good for you, bud. You entertain me.
Thank you,
Check out
D-Mac.
Woo. Especially tomorrow.
Yes,
the
sir.
Woo boys got a big announcement.
Yes, sir.
For next week. And just to show everybody, there's always people think that there's rifts between shows. There's not. You watch the collaboration that the Wake Up Woodward boys and Big D Energy do next week.
Big fact.
Brings a tear to my eye, Neil. Can't spoil the surprise. That's for the boys to do tomorrow, but I'm excited, and you'll know why.
No, I know why.
Well,
Absolutely.
you know why, but
Yeah.
they'll know why when they hear it. Slowly but surely, it's turning into D-Mac's world.
Yeah.
I got a big-time show lined up for you guys here today. Yes, we are going to get into the Pistons in the open. We need to settle into this Lions-Vikings game. I think it's time to settle in.
You already know it. I'm going to get your shit off, Neil. This your week, bro.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely it. We're going to settle in on it. There is no doubt. Coach Campy, Oakland Golden Grizzlies will join the show coming up at noon. They play Michigan at Little Caesars Arena. I have tickets I'll give away to the game.
Nice.
Lower bowl, 7th row.
Okay.
All right, but you're gonna have to work to get them, everybody. Sunday, 5 p.m. Little Caesars Arena. Brought to you by 313 Presents, and we'll have it for you. You'll be able to get in. And they're doing an exhibition game. Forgotten Harvest, by the way, the beneficiary. No, the team's not making any money off the game. Nobody's taking guarantees or anything like that. Where the business side of it steps aside for the charity side of it, which is crazy, I know, but that's what's going on, everybody.
Shout out Forgotten Harvest.
Absolutely. Freddie Felt 313, go Grizz. Yes, absolutely. We'll be in. I'll be on the radio call for it. FJ 1967. Let's go Oakland. Looking forward to Campy today. Great game call last night. You know what? A lot of you. I got messages from a lot of folks. Man, I appreciate you all for real. Supporting it, listening. I got a message from Spenny. Mid game, man. So that means a lot. Braylon tapped in.
You did a great job, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to have some fun up there.
You and Rick were getting after it.
You definitely have that basketball narration flow.
Yeah.
Where it goes in the game and certain.
You got to do stuff
sport.
quickly, slowly.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Right. There's a rhythm,
Yep.
just like in every professional sport. When it's going, there's a rhythm to the broadcasting too. And would that be I guess when I think about it quickly, to hockey is it's the no flow, right? It's the erratic. So you said you got to go fast, slowly.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like you gotta.
How long did it take you? Because obviously you've done a ton of games. Would you know how many games you've done in your life, roughly?
I'm coming up on 500 Oakland basketball games.
Wow.
I think I've done about 15 or 20 for the Pistons. Different colleges. I've done some national colleges.
So let's just talk about the 15 or 20 that you've done for the
Yeah.
Pistons over the few years. Is there something where you get a comfortability even to the next level? Is it like I guess I'm asking as a player as you move up the rankings, either from the AHL to the NHL or stuff like this. The speed's different, the game's different. Is it like that in broadcasting?
Oh, yeah, the NBA stuff. When you sit down and do it, like those first couple possessions, and it doesn't matter. Like if I've done college and then they call me and I got to go to a Pistons game, those first 3 or 4 possessions, you're like, damn. Like people don't realize. I've said this, and Spenny, you and I have talked about this before. NBA athletes are the best athletes in the world.
Yep.
When you combine the size with the strength, the speed, the touch, the athleticism, all of it, they're the most unicorn athletes in the world. They are. Like 6 foot, not like LeBron James.
Like I will agree, as pure athleticism that they have it, but hockey players could play every sport.
And I wouldn't disagree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think
The hockey guys are always the best
guys are
at
the most
everything else.
well-rounded.
Yes.
They could play everything, whether they've played it or not. But like as far as I mean, look at the coordination at 7'2".
I know, man. It's absurd.
So calling the game, and I think that like a little bit. That's
They were playing
interesting to
fast
get
like-
behind it. Because,
No. It's so fast.
so,
man.
but then do you get into a groove of the game, or like when you know now?
Yeah, because like you can't describe everything, right? I'm doing radio, obviously, which is different than TV. TV's more chill than radio is, but you can't describe everything. So you have to know what you're going to skip before it happens.
So do you prepare the same for college?
Yes.
And you do soccer and you do,
Yeah.
but do you prepare?
Preparation's the same for all of it.
Preparation's the same, so that you know the players and you know who it is and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's not even knowing. It's crafting information that's accessible quickly that I don't have to memorize. So this week, I'll give you guys
We
this
have an
week.
example, please.
Sunday night, Pistons, Golden State, California. Monday, fly home from California. That's a lost day. Tuesday, I go. We have the show. I go to my son's district playoff soccer game. I wasn't missing that.
On one bourbon. So you were
I had one bourbon, yeah, because I had an hour to kill, and it was cold out.
Yeah.
Yesterday we did the show. I did Pistons Cavs. Today we do the show. I do college soccer on ESPN Plus for Oakland at 5:00. Tomorrow we do the show. Saturday I do television for Detroit City. Sunday morning I do the Lions pregame. Sunday night I do Oakland basketball against Michigan at Little Caesars Arena. That's just this week. So you can't memorize 5 different rosters.
Right.
You can't. So what you have to do is you have to get your pronunciations on point phonetically. I don't spell anything in my world. I don't care how it's spelled. I just care how it's pronounced. I have all my info that's color-coded. It's a system I've come up with over 10 years of doing this to where I don't have to memorize stuff. I know what I want to say, and everything's color-coded. Like red is stuff they've done in their career. Blue is stuff that they've done this year. Green is stuff they're good at. Purple is stuff that they did in college.
Okay.
Wow.
So I know, like, given the flow of the game, like what just happened, like Donovan Mitchell, he was 5 of 13. The Pistons did a good job on him, but he shook free a couple times. And I look over at Rick, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. There's nothing you can do with him. When he's in his bag and going downhill, you can't stop him. Like, that's why I laugh, and I've always talked about I laugh at people that say they don't play defense in the NBA. You stand in front of Donovan Mitchell and
Right.
stop him.
It's sort of like having the conversation of Kevin Garnett when he wants to. When
Durant.
certain guys.
Durant, there's nothing you can do when he's bringing the ball up the floor if he pulls on you. If he just pulls up, you can't stop it. He's touched by God. Like,
Just hope he misses.
hope he misses. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. So anyway, when he did that and he made his move, and I knew after I seen him shake and he was going to get to the rim and he dunks it, and Rick goes into his breakdown, I know what I want to talk about in that. That's a dynamic scoring play that you don't see every day, even in this league. So I go look down. I see he had a 71-point game at one point. So I talk about that.
That's smart.
You know,
How Connor Stallions of you to have this system set up?
yeah, absolutely. Except it's legal in this case.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's encouraged and it's legal. So yeah.
Preparation.
Yep. No, it is. Pete Smith, Neil's system produced back-to-back AAU champions like Tom Amansky. Yeah, no, absolutely.
We're not talking about his get right. That's a whole different system. These are. So, hey, what did we learn today, boys? Neil's a system broadcaster.
System broadcaster.
You're
I'm a product of a system.
broadcaster.
You are.
No.
There you go, Flannel. It's all Neil. He's all system.
Yeah.
System broadcaster.
System broadcaster.
Nice.
Yeah, Neil and Mickey Redmond are my favorite announcers. Oh, that's impressive. Thank you, Steve-O. That's like, that doesn't sound right saying that. I thought about that.
But you're a broadcaster and he's a color guy.
That's
a
correct.
difference.
Yeah, I try to weave both in there.
I'd love to hear a hockey game of you and Mickey.
Yeah.
Maybe Ken gets a cold.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done any hockey. I've done arena soccer though, in the Major Arena Soccer League when they had a team here, and it's similar. The player, they change on the fly and everything, like it's pretty chaotic, but there's a rhythm to the lines and everything like that. So
Yeah.
it takes you a second, but you get in it. I don't think hockey would be that difficult.
Yeah.
It's fast though, really
But you
fast.
can do it.
Yeah.
Is there a sport
100%.
out there that you haven't done that you'd be interested in doing? Or trying?
I'd like to try hockey.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to try hockey. Like I said, I think I can do it. College volleyball moves pretty quick.
Yeah. Would
So,
you do football at all?
Yeah, I've done college football for NBC Sports Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
Bay Area.
Yep, done high school football
All
here.
right.
So yeah, I've done football before. Very easy.
They call him Neil Tarico.
Right,
Neil Tarico.
absolutely. Rando Smalls, I tip my Evan Williams small batch to you. But no, but the moral of the story is I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody, you know, sending the messages and the tweets and all that kind of stuff. Very, very cool.
You
of
did
y'all.
great, man. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Like I sent you the one
Yeah.
you had about the like Rick's Instagram. It's all about the angles, and the other one where the Pistons had like a bad set, and you're like, well, they're not gonna put that offensive set in the Hall of Fame, but they got 2 shots out of it. And
So, yeah.
Rick was like, I'm not even gonna comment on that.
That's hilarious.
Hey, man, it's about getting the points. So they got the points out of it. So, but yeah, it is. The moral of the story is it's a lot of fun. Like if God came down and said, I could give you this job, you know, what would it be? And for me, it would be an announcer in the NBA, and I've gotten to do it a lot of times. So it's pretty cool. It never gets old. I love doing it.
Keep going.
No, dude, yeah, absolutely. So we will. No question about it. But yeah, the moral of the story is appreciate y'all. Let's do this. Let's take the break. I want to talk about the Pistons real quick. Can the chat humor me that? Because you guys brought it up.
They ain't got no choice. It's your show.
I know, but you know, like people, whatever. We'll do it till it feels like it's not working anymore. D's 411. Neil do wrestling. I could do wrestling promos, no doubt.
That's a fact.
I could do wrestling play-by-play. I would love that. Oh, look at him up there! He's a freaking monster! You sick son of a bitch! Like, dude, I would love that.
Somebody come get him!
Right.
Don't even think about it off the top rope! Oh my god!
Where's security here?
Good job, Spitty. Good job.
Ring the bell like the Salvation Army.
Right, ring the damn bell.
Who does he always
That was a
call
great
his
Bobby
son of a
Heenan,
bitch?
bud.
Triple H, I think. He used to always call his son of a bitch. You son of a bitch!
Talking about JR?
sick
Jim Ross?
Yeah,
Yeah, JR the GOAT, man. The GOAT.
Absolutely. Still doing it for AEW.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, you know what else is goated?
Salvation Army.
Absolutely. If you ever
Hey.
thought about volunteering but don't know where to start with the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Visit registertoring.com to sign up for the shifts. You'll have an option to choose a 2-hour session at a physical Red Kettle site or participate in a virtual bell ringing shift to raise funds from the comfort of your own home. Virtual bell ringers can sign up and begin raising funds at any time. Traditional bell ringing begins on Friday, November 7th, runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving, and Sundays. To sign up for volunteer shifts, visit registertoring.com.
What about Caesars?
Caesar Sportsbook, everybody. Use a promo code Woodward1000. Here's how it works. You scan the QR code on the screen. You get your account set up with Caesar Sportsbook here in the state of Michigan. Use promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. And if your first bet loses, you get it back as a bonus bet all the way up to $1,000.
Say what?
Yes, $1,000 back to you as a bonus bet if your first bet loses. So any amount you want to do. You want to do it? You want to do a $50 bet? If you lose it, boom, comes back to your account in the form of a $50 bonus bet. It is that simple, everyone. Then you're off and running with one of the best sportsbook apps in the game. It's clean. It's easy to navigate. Live betting is on it, everybody. Hey, when you're live betting these games, when you're at the watch party with old Uncle Neil, and we're trapping games on the live bet, you got to have a sportsbook that moves fast, that can keep up, and that is Caesar Sportsbook, one of the best sportsbooks in the game. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
All right, everybody, you know him. He is our injury insider. He's been making the rounds on social media, obviously, with everything that's been going on with Aiden Hutchinson. He is Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider from the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Yes, we talk about breaking sports injury news. Yes, we talk about injuries throughout sports, but guess what else Dr. Pierce does? He can help you, the weekend warrior. He helped me out. He helped Spenny out. Darren McCarty trusted his career with him, as a matter of fact, and he can help you as well. Scan the QR code on the screen if you're playing your weekend sports and you got some pain that just won't go away, you're dealing with stiffness, whatever it may be, Dr. Pierce can help you get right, everybody. I'm not talking about a Hawaii football game on Saturday night. I'm talking about, like, for real, get right. His appearances Tuesdays here on Big D Energy, Thursdays with Ermanni and Edwards, and it's powered by MRI of Southfield. All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, and, of course, Darren McCarty. And we got KG, Spencer Raxter. My guy Chase is here kicking it as well. He mentally broke Sam Flannel on the morning show.
I was there. I witnessed it.
Yep, absolutely.
Love it.
Big Con 51. I could see Neil calling Slippery Stairs Championship on ESPN The Ocho. Big Con, what's a check like?
CTC.
See, that's the other thing. Like, there ain't nothing. I'm not above anything. I'm not below anything. What's the check? This isn't a hobby. I don't do this for fun. I'm not doing it for my resume.
Right.
I do it for money.
This tone ain't free.
Yeah, this tone ain't free. Yesterday's
Kendrick
tone is
voice.
not today's tone. But no, I did want to get into the Pistons just for a couple seconds. Joe Lowry, the peak of Broadcaster 6 is right here, right now. B6, you good?
Oh, I'm not peaking yet. I haven't even begun to peak.
Oh,
No doubt. We're just getting started. All right, Pistons, real quick. They got the win over the Cavs. Here's the deal, everybody. I've called pretty much every preseason game. I was on the road with them last weekend. I did the game last night. Here's the takeaway. Spenny not just talking about it, he's being about it. Over what, 35 and a half?
35. It's just 35 or more.
35 or
Bet.
more.
Yeah.
650, 6.5 to 1-ish?
Yep.
So you're in. You're
I'm
on
in.
business. And it wasn't just like, I put a little $5 on it.
No, it was a nice unit.
It's pause.
About a unit and a half.
Pause.
Yeah.
So Spenny's standing on business too. Here's the deal. Through all of it, and the only game where starters didn't play for the other team was the Golden State game. And the Warriors made 9 of their first 10 threes. And it was a wrap.
Yeah.
And that happens on the road. What I'm What I'm judging this also off of, D-Mac, a game against Phoenix here in East Lansing, the game at Phoenix, Cade Cunningham took over that game in Phoenix. He took it over, and the Pistons won that game. And I'm going off of... You gonna answer that, D-Mac?
No, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. No, what I'm driving at here, D-Mac, is when it's the starters versus the starters. The Kevin Durant's, the Donovan Mitchells. When it's starters versus the starters, the Pistons starters have been better for longer than that's been the other way around. And Tobias Harris, people can say, Tobias Harris is washed. Why is he back here with the Pistons? All that kind of stuff. Tobias Harris is the perfect fit for what this team needs. The perfect fit, D-Mac. And it's not just about talent or your fantasy numbers or stuff like that. I think the Lions have showed you. It's about fit. He fits.
Here's the whole thing. I can check out to anything that you say and why it's almost like having a multiplier in a slot machine or whatever in your bonus, right? Follow me here. Neil, you were there. Saw it with your own eyes. You were broadcasting these games. You were courtside. No one got closer than you to what you're talking about. So what you're telling me right now is, guys, the eyeball test on the starters and stuff, from what I've seen, not only that, from what maybe people have seen on TV, right? If you're seeing it and feeling it, it's true. We've even gotten into conversations about what is different with a JB Bickerstaff lineup. You look at, I don't know if you realize this, but the implementation in practice about not wearing jewelry and sort of being right? You told me, Neil, just from being around, that there's a different vibe. It's a professional vibe. It's more of accountability. He lets these guys have fun, and he treats them more or less like it seems like men. Yeah. Right? You know, they can have music and practice and do this, but they're acting responsibly, and it's showing on the court. The only thing, and I'll say it again, you sat there and broadcast these games from me to you away, and you're telling me this with the best players in the world and stuff, that leaves me in a whole better spot than I ever thought we were. And these guys, from where they ended off at the end of the season, the Pistons, to get to this point right here, and we haven't played a game yet, I'm feeling pretty dang good about myself. And right, so is it one of these things? We always use the analogy of 75. Well, Pistons didn't want to get left behind. It looks like they got their looks like they got their bus all fixed up because they're going to come along for the ride. Does that mean champions? No. But it means not winning 14 games, and it's meaning that we could seriously sweat Spenny's over 35 wins, and that's a start. But things are different. And you just told me, Neil, because you've watched it from 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm. DNC ENT, I didn't really get the Tobias Harris signing slander. What's the downside? And DNC ENT, you know what it is. Like,
it was slander.
The number.
Check. It was a good number.
Yeah.
But that's the NBA. They just signed a $7 billion television deal, man.
Yeah. I like the number they got him at.
Isn't it also, too, we've seen this before? How is this different? What does this mean? You know, a lot of times people don't get excited unless it was me coming back. But on recyclables.
I was worried about it at first.
Right, because you have history. It's almost like an ex-girlfriend or somebody, right?
And I thought he was going to cost more than he did. He's changed. He's on wax saying he took less money to come to Detroit, which is like, what? What do you mean? Because if you can play a big, small ball 4. If you want to go big, you can play 3.
Spenny, he's a 4.
Yeah,
a true 4.
A true 4. Like there's an actual 4 in the building.
Yeah.
That's it.
Who was the last 4 we had? True 4.
Sheed.
Pretty much. You're damn near.
Greg Monroe wasn't a 4.
No, he wasn't.
Josh Smith tried to be a 3. Blake was,
I guess, yeah. He played 3 a lot of times.
Blake was like he was like a .4 on the Pistons.
Yeah.
He's pushing
a small
the ball
5 at times.
Small 5, like .4. Tobias is just going to be the 4 that can box a guy out, stand in front of a big dude, stand in the corner and knock down shots.
Yes.
Like, you have guys on this team now that can stand in the corner, and other teams aren't like, don't worry. But
Can I translate that?
You got 4 guys that shot over 38% from 3 last year. Like,
you got a guy who took less than a guy that wants to be here, and a guy that Neil says that he's watching do what he needs to do to be an asset to this team. Oh my gosh! Right?
You know,
that's what we're dealing with now. We're
Yeah.
actually, filling out, and this is what we'll wait and see. But
Yeah.
do you give hats off to seeing progress from Trajan Langdon and JB Bickerstaff and their staff, and
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit different? Heck, I'm getting excited.
And Tobias is the veteran leader that this young team needed. Like, they had Bojan before.
Ding yourself right there. Ding,
Yeah,
ding,
oh
ding.
yeah, I got you.
Give yourself a dig.
you know what else it is too, and no one's really.
Ding yourself.
Right? Yeah, right.
He didn't say did he?
No, he
I
did.
said
I
ding.
said ding.
It's
Ding.
within the lines.
Ding.
Thank you.
No, but you know what else it is too?
What?
Malik Beasley. And
Yes.
I'll let I'll open the curtain for a second. Malik Beasley, when he gets on the airplane, goes to every single person on the staff, says hi.
That's what's up.
Every single person that's on that airplane, Malik Beasley will walk around and say hi to everybody. Personally walked up to me, said, "Hey, I'm Malik. What's your name? What are you doing and stuff like that." And I told him, like, who does that, dude? Like, for real.
So-
But it's not fake because he
No.
does it at breakfast in the morning. He comes down. He's like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" Like it's real. Like it's not a show.
So and right there, what are we talking about? Culture,
his teammates
building culture, right? All these things that are coming out, and guys, and having people here that want to be here. I mean, that's huge to say that, Kenny, and you nailed it. The leader that this team needs, right? And we know as far as the elder statesman, right? Cade is the leader of this group. But Eisman needed his Larionovs and his Fetisovs and his that can still play, that can still help.
That's the key. That can still play.
That can still play and fill a void that you're telling me we haven't had a true four for. If you're going back to Blake, that's 10 years, right?
Yeah,
damn
somebody
near.
said Ilyasova before Blake. That's a good one too.
Your son, yeah.
Okay, but
forgot
to
you
your
could play.
point, like doing things that they hadn't done in the Monty
Well, because
Williams.
it's personnel they didn't have.
Yeah.
But that's so Trajan Langdon.
Trajan Langdon.
So
You see what I'm saying? Like, see how there's
so
layers to
thank
this
you.
now?
Things are different for any of the people that were waiting to say some things have got to be different and
No.
things are got to change. And you're telling me from your eyeball test to on the court, and then you're telling me to, hey, check this out, man. This is like they got some good human beings.
And it's good to see guys actually getting coached up on the sidelines.
Right.
Like JB Bickerstaff talking to guys when they're checking in and out of games and coaching them up, rather than Monty Williams, who was just let's face it, he was checked out. Like he didn't want to be here. And JB he's on a revenge tour.
They all
like
wanna
this
be here.
This guy, Neil, you said it yesterday. He's like third in head coaching wins
Since 2020, 2021.
That's crazy.
He's got as many wins as Steve Curry's third in the league in that stat. Like it is like, and even I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Like when they hired JB Bickerstaff, and when I got into the numbers for the broadcast and stuff like that, like when he got to Cleveland and was the coach there, I think they were like 13th or 14th in points against. By the time he left, they were first. Whew. When he got the job in Memphis mid-season, they were 13th. He got him in the West in points against per game. He got him down to third in a half a season.
Wow.
Like and every box score I look down, the Sun shot 40%, the Cavs shot 40%. Like it's real. It's not BS. And again, I'm not saying they're going to win the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're going to win the division. But there's something to it. I will tell you that. There's something to it.
The something to it is Spenny jumping on 35 wins. I mean, if that's not like a small goal to whatever, can we get there first and then see what happens? Could this be something where you can get into a play-in game? We'll see.
Yeah.
But things are different, right? With not only from leading, you guys all nailed it. It's got to start with your coach giving a shit and wanting to be here.
No, big facts. And
yes,
people think because, they won 14 games that it's just impossible they can reach 35. Me, like Spenny, as soon as they hired JB Bickerstaff, I said that this team could win 35 games. And I wanted to ask you this because this will be the biggest key to them winning 35 or 30 plus. Do you think that they can figure out the K-Ivy fit?
Yeah, if Ivy keeps, because people are giving me that question in there right now. Larry Roberts, what was your breakdown from what you saw from Jaden Ivey this preseason? When he shoots the ball, it goes in.
Yeah,
right, big
he's,
difference.
He's been like the best
Elite.
shooter on the team.
No, not close.
Yeah.
Not close. Like I kept waiting for like even in games Even in games when they didn't play well at Golden State, he was still elite from the floor. And that was my question. I'll be real about it.
Yeah.
Like, that was my question about Jaden Ivey.
That was a lot of our
Can he be a shot maker?
Yeah.
So far, so good. And the Coach Vincent thing, I don't know if it's voodoo or if it's a Chris Fetter. I don't know if he's a Chris Fetter of the Pistons.
That's what I literally just put a tweet out talking about Chris Fetter, Fred Vincent, and Ben Johnson are guys that are elite.
The Detroit Witch Doctors, man.
They're three of the best assistant coaches in their respective sports.
Isn't that wild? You're going from few months ago going, can these guys ever exist together, to Neil going, of course they can.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you, crazy?
That's going to be the key.
That's
and like, look,
it's nuts because it just tells me that's the cult around them. You have the coaches in play because that's raw talent. And that's what we have. But you're seeing it, and you're telling me because you're sitting there, Neil. Like, we watch it on TV or see highlights and whatever, but you're there.
Yeah.
I'm there. I saw it.
That's why I want to ask you.
There's something to, again.
It was a UFO. Neil says he saw the UFO, guys. It was a UFO.
It was there.
And not saying they'll make the play-in, but I feel like 30-plus wins is very achievable with this group, the way they're assembled now.
No, I would agree. I would definitely agree. And they're going to have runs. They're going to beat teams that you're going to be like, damn, they beat that team. And I'm telling you, Cade Cunningham loading. Because the cat's gonna be pushing 10 assists a game.
Yeah, for sure. It's
the shots will go in.
And he's gonna be pushing 25, 26 points per game.
He took in that game in Phoenix. He took over.
When he bodied KD on that low post rolling hook shot, I was like, okay,
Cade is that man.
And he'll already make the play, whatever play is necessary. You've heard me talk about it.
Yeah.
He has the best basketball IQ on the team.
And he's bigger this year. He's bigger.
Gaines Cunningham. And now we're seeing him in space. Like, when I see him come off a screen and there isn't three guys boxing him in on the top of the elbow, and he can actually pull up for a long two or get to the basket because guys are attached to people on the perimeter, I'm like, oh, he's going to have so much space to work with.
So when we're saying that, I know that we got to go to break.
Yes.
Yeah,
But what you're telling me, right, is it, so is it like Lucas Raymond in 2 years ago coming back with 10 pounds more, and then we see what happens to him? Do we expect this sort of? You're telling me that he's legitimately, you could tell he's put on size.
Well, he's put on size, and I was going to wrap it up with this. You know what he does, and I've heard people talking about it like in the Piston stratosphere. You know what else he does, Spenny? He does the old show.
Yeah.
To get your hands out. And when your hands are out, rips up.
Yeah.
And you've clapped him, and he's going to the free throw line.
Well, he better start getting some calls. That
please.
is the one thing. I'm gonna be on refs' asses. I would go to games last year. You could hear him get slapped.
Yeah.
And it would just be no call. I'm like, all right,
But now with the way he shows it, to get the defender's arms out, he goes up right away. The James Harden thing, and you don't have a choice but to call it. You have to. So, because it's a foul. And the only thing you can do is step back from him. But then he can pull on the little midi.
Shoot,
and I'm telling you, if you're in fantasy basketball, get Cade Cunningham. You'll get a good value on it. He's gonna
be an all-star this year.
He's gonna stuff the stat sheet, guys. I'm telling you. All right, I know we're late for the break, but people were fired up about it, no doubt.
Absolutely. Walking any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy. $20 haircut special. Scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code above me to the left. Get your coupon. Lady Jane's haircuts for men open 7 days a week. Walking anytime. It's wicked awesome.
And let me tell you about 1800 Tequila, the official tequila of Woodward Sports live watch party and post-game show. Come join us and 1800 live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township for every Lions game. A proud sponsor of the Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest taste in tequila. Please drink responsibly.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. That's right. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations around the Metro Detroit area. They have the car market cornered, I guess you could say. All you have to do is want a car. Then go on to feldmanauto.com, find said car. You can even start the buying process online right there. We know about Feldman Chevrolet and Novi because there's Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They're one of the biggest EV dealers in the nation as well, I can confirm. And guess what else? The car buying process, the Feldman Advantage, is so easy. I told them I wanted to get mine right before the show started. They gave me the keys by the noon segment. That's how quick it was. Guys, I'm telling you, it is that easy. It is that fast. The interest rates are coming down. Go to feldmanauto.com, a proud partner of the Detroit community. They've done great work with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals as well. They're rooted. They've been around since 1996. They're one of the best in the game. feldmanauto.com. All right, we're off and running here. Big D energy night. I like the Pistons energy.
Yeah, man.
In there, I like it.
Yeah,
guys, I'm
there's
just
something
saying.
to be excited about.
I
We're
felt
Detroit
it.
sports
This ain't
fan.
Monty's Pistons, man.
Yeah, I
tell you.
felt it. And Cade, man, I don't know if you guys heard the clip of him talking about it when they were talking about the Tiger stuff and everything. He's like, I want a piece of that too.
Yeah.
He wants to win, and he wants to be here. And wants to win here.
I love low ego stars. I mean, you think about Calvin, he was that way too.
That's a good comp.
They just want to win. And I pray that they can get to that point.
I told you guys a story last year in Washington. I did the game against the Wizards, and we were getting on the bus to go to the airport, and he didn't play in the game, and he was the hypest person on the bus about winning. That's real world. I saw it with my eyes, guys. Yeah. So I'm just
awesome.
relaying it to you. All right, the football. The Pistons made an inquiry. That's ESPN's report.
The Pistons or the Lions?
Or the Lions, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was going to say,
We're talking Pistons.
I'm like, oh, the Pistons.
The Lions made an inquiry. The Pistons did too. They're going to try to get him into town. No. The Hassan Reddick thing. Is this... See, here's the deal on this. Are the people that sell fear around here, is that enough for you now? Do you think like he's not going to call? You think he's not going to make the phone call on the Myles Garretts and the Reddicks and anybody that's available? Like, do people think that?
We have a video of Dan Campbell talking about it.
Really?
You want to run that video for the people here,
Yeah.
just in case they're watching, which they probably are.
They definitely are.
All right.
I don't know if I changed my tune, and I certainly didn't mean it to sound like that. I'm sorry, I got something in my shoe here. I didn't mean it to sound like that. I think what it means more. Look, Brad knows the ins and outs of what it would take to acquire somebody. I don't know all of those, but I know enough to know that if it's somebody that is highly productive. They're 6'6", 285 pounds, run a 4.4 and 35-inch arms. Those guys don't just fall off trees. You're going to have to. Do you want to trade Hutch for that guy, or do and so you're some of it is, it's certainly trade value. It's also contract, right? What is that contract? Does that have a bearing on our future, and who we're trying to get signed moving forward? Speaking of that, fired up for Mac. Man, he earned that. He's a pivotal piece here for us, and he's one of our pillars here. No different than these guys that we've signed back. So we're fired up for him. He's playing at a high level, and he's going to have to continue. But so I didn't want to feel that way. Look, we're open to anything. Brad's working through it. We are not going to be in a hurry. Brad would tell you, man, he's doing his homework. The crew's doing their homework. They're looking at everything, but we're not going to just make a move to make it. It's got to be right. It's got to be the right guy, and the pieces have to fall in place.
That's it. That's it right there. And that, like, when there was two camps, right? when Spenny and I, had our little incident the other day, that I believe is clocked in at about 90,000 views for some reason. But it was passion, but it was passion though. Yep. It was real. It wasn't on BS. Like, it's not staged. It's how I feel. It's how he feels. Mm-hmm. It's real. So the reason that I don't want to call him the Spenny camp, because I think Spenny approaches this with an open mind and will listen to reason, to whereas some of the other people may not. But whatever, that's not the point. The point of it is this. It was the point. That's why I brought it up. Yeah. But I want to make it look like it wasn't the point. But it was the only point. But anyway, here we go. There's the two camps, right? And my point in all of this, when I say this, is they are basically, you remember Goodfellas, right? Mm-hmm. The movie, when Ray Liotta's talking about Paulie. And he's like, Paulie doesn't move for anyone. Remember this. We're the boss now.
Yeah.
We do things on our terms now. We don't have to chase. We're not in that game. And if it doesn't make sense, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Like, they're not going to do it. And everyone says that, all the people that were crushing me on Instagram, and there's some of you people out there watching right now. Do you think they don't make calls? Look me in the eye and tell me you think that. And if you do, then how do you tell me that you fully trust Brad Holmes? Either you do or you're lying to me. And if you fully trust Brad Holmes, then you're cool with the outcome, no matter what it is. If you don't, then you have an issue with it. They're putting the calls in. What more do you want? For real, Spenny, what more do you want?
You can't want more than that. They're putting the feelers out there. They're asking about guys. You heard Dan Campbell say nothing is off the table. So, yeah, that means they're going to call about Garrett. That means they're going to call about Crosby. And they're going to get a deal done. Like I said, I even admitted multiple times that Myles Garrett, Max Crosby are pipe dreams. Like, I don't expect those to happen. If I do, you'd see me running naked. Or if they do, you'd see me running naked through the streets in Woodward.
Can we get a tattoo?
No.
On the inner thigh.
Can we get a tattoo?
Low-key. There's been a few Fridays that I've seen that down my end of Woodward, about 3:30 a.m.
I did walk into Owl.
It's not like a unicorn, bro.
I did walk into Owl one time without shoes and socks on.
That's right around the corner from my house.
Got some fried chicken.
Like I said.
But
great chicken there too.
Great chicken.
Anyways,
the tacos are great too.
Phenomenal.
But
can we get an inner thigh tattoo of Myles Garrett's face?
No. But you need to bring the guy. I said it yesterday on Heavyweights. The guy who leads this team in sacks this year can't be on this team right now. You got to go get somebody who will get you at least double-digit sacks.
Which is fair, okay? And you're of that opinion, and I understand that, and I agree with you. Short of, I'm not doing a rash decision, dumb deal,
or risking the farm.
I'm not doing it. I'm not. Hutch is out for what? 14 games.
Yep.
He's back next year. We had the doctor sit right here. 60,000 of you watched him talk about it. He'll be back next year. All the doctors I've talked to said it's fine. That's it.
Here's the conversation to that, right? It's to improve. Everybody's right. To the fact that who's in charge, who has the power, who knows they have the power, who knows they don't have to make a decision. They didn't lose their guy for his career. It wasn't the worst fracture that went through the bone and did everything. Everything was good. So you got to play as if you don't have him to the end of the year, or by the grace of God, you have him in the Super Bowl or something. But to Spenny's point, who's going to come in here and be an asset and to help fill, right? To me, it seems that you need some speed, right? Out of all you're not going to get all the tools that Aiden Hutchinson provided from that position, right? In one person, but you can get the best of one of the things. And I think you need speed from that element, because you have the way that the inside and then Liam and Reeder and the linebackers are protecting the middle. So we'll wait and see, but you don't have to make that move, because it's not a career-ending injury. You don't have to replace Aiden Hutchinson for a career. You got to replace him for this season. Means moving forward, like you said yesterday, could you imagine going into camp if you made that deal and having Myles Garrett or Max Crosby and Aiden Hutchinson for a whole season?
Easy guy.
Right.
Listen,
Lee McNeil, DJ Reeder, Aiden Hutchinson, and Myles Garrett.
Stop it.
Be the best defensive line in the past 10 years.
Your eyes just rolled into the back of your skull.
You would be the overwhelming favorite.
No, they didn't, Neil. They flipped around.
No.
They literally flipped around inside his skull. They didn't just roll back. They did a 360.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Dreams are made of. Shout out Lizzie McGuire.
Big facts. Big facts.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Art Vandalay. It's not about making the calls. It's about sitting on their hands and watching other players go to other teams like we watched last year. So, Art, okay, so you don't believe in Brad Holmes. Like, I'm just cutting the shit right now.
Cut
all right?
the shit. That's real.
Art, so you don't believe in Brad Holmes' ability as a GM. You're out.
Art's
okay,
out.
cross Art off.
Yeah.
Art's out.
You might can cross off DNC, ENT too. No,
He's
I don't
out.
fully trust Brad. Does he have a 5-star resume thus far? Absolutely. But is anyone outside of questioning? Absolutely not. Bill Belichick isn't outside of questioning, neither is Brad.
Brad Holmes is, I trust him implicitly.
And we're not saying he's above reproach at all, but the man always has a plan. And if the man always has a plan, then you shouldn't worry. Am I correct?
Correct.
And what has that plan been?
Draft.
Draft and pay your guys.
Yep. Pay your guys.
And
Evaluate
add
talent.
And add pieces when you need them.
Get the most production for the lowest cost.
And
this is what he's been.
We saw him add pieces. We've seen him add a David Montgomery. You guys like him, right? Brad Holmes signed him, re-signed him. We saw him at trade for a Carlton Davis. You guys like him so far, right?
Seems to be working out.
Yeah, DJ Reader signed in the offseason. He seems to be pretty good.
Wouldn't let him leave Allen Park.
Kevin Zeitler steps in immediately. Business as usual for that offensive line. That was a pretty good signing. Like, he knows to acquire talent when he needs talent, and he knows he needs talent on the defensive line. That's why he's calling people. He's going to acquire someone. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. I don't expect this to be done this week and have a guy play in Minnesota. I don't expect it to be done next week. But he is going to get an edge rusher to replace some of Aiden Hutchinson's production. You could take that to the bank. It's not going to be Isaiah Thomas.
And if we're being real, it doesn't even make sense to do it now, because if you're getting a heavy hitter, let somebody else pay him for another couple weeks. Like, what are we talking about?
You literally, the clip we just played with Dan Campbell, he said Brad knows what he's doing. Brad's making calls. Nothing is off the table, but we're not going to rush into it. Like, what else do you need to hear? Dan Campbell doesn't bullshit you.
Mm-hmm. That is one thing they do not do.
He just went out there and told you they're looking to add someone, but it might not be right now.
And he's not ignorant to this either. I hate to keep bringing it up, but last year they looked into Danielle Hunter when everybody was screaming about, oh, you got to make an edge rusher trade at the deadline. He was doing his due diligence. Now, the deal didn't go through, but he's not going to move on anything that is going to compromise this franchise, and that is why I trust him.
He's the boss.
Yeah. Like he's earned the equity at this point.
No question. Who's been better? Who's been a better GM? You know what? Let's take the break. We got to keep it on the clock because Coach Campy's going to be joining us in a little bit. We're veering off. Passions are running high. I can tell already, man.
It's been all week with this.
We better get some Sabbath coffee in you and get right, everybody.
You better get some Sabbath coffee in you and get right. Sorry, I had to throw the quick.
You're not allowed to drink water.
Quick band hammer on Brandon Katz because he's talking crap about DJ Reader. But Sabbath Coffee Roasters, if you want to start your day off right, start it with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Locally sourced specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Become a subscriber at SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. And like I said, it is delicious. It is locally roasted, so support local, enjoy delicious coffee, and start your game day off right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
The best sports wearables in Detroit. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Get the Boot 'em Kid shirt just to be cool. Stoke not scared, although some of you are scared and don't believe in Brad Holmes. Art Vanderlay's 1, DNC ENT is 2. In the chat, you guys are out. You're out of the circle.
Out.
You guys can't go to shop.woodwardsports.com. I mean, you probably could to get some baseball, football, or not football, baseball, basketball, hockey, golf. You guys can do that. But the football stuff, you're out. You're out. So don't go to shop.woodwardsports.com. But the rest of you can. So you should feel like VIPs. You're exclusive. Shop.woodwardsports.com, the best Detroit sports wearables. All right, keeping it pushing, keeping this discussion going. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, my guy Chase in the building as well. And DNC ENT, damn KG, I'm out for asking questions. That's a problem, dude. Either you trust these MFers with your life or you just don't believe. Yes, I have questions. Sue me. Then you don't like DNC ENT. If this resume doesn't tell you, then I don't know what does.
Yeah.
What does?
I said before I even started, he's not above reproach. Nobody is.
I think Brad Holmes is for me.
But the track record speaks for itself.
He's already the best GM in the history of the Detroit Lions.
Facts. Not opinions.
In 3 years. First year doesn't count, much like Steve Yzerman, because when you got to sit there and pay Jelani Tavai and Trey Flowers and Jamie Collins $19 million of your cap, and they're not on the team.
Right.
That doesn't count as a year on your clock.
And trust, if this franchise starts taking a nosedive, I'll be right there. I'll be the first one to criticize them. But so far, so good.
What sign is there of that?
None. That's the whole point.
None. Zero at all. But the moral of the story is, he's making the calls. That's all you can ask for. I don't get he's not taking a bad deal. So that's why, Spenny, I asked you yesterday, like, what was the cutoff for you? And you said that third first rounder's a cutoff.
Yes.
2 you're in,
2 I'm in.
3 you're out.
For Crosby or Garrett,
for the
yes.
for the goods.
For the elite.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, those people are not, apparently. Those people say that they would do 3 first for it.
I would not.
And I would not either. And there you go.
Me neither.
So
how about
that's
you guys?
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there, get your thoughts out there. Elgato, I don't think the other GMs want to help the Lions. I mean, look, people are in this for themselves.
Yeah.
And they're going to make the moves that they got to make. And, again, there is no urgency right at this second because there's no evidence that there is urgency. And when you look at the landscape for the Lions, everything seems to be on track. And remember, D-Mac, last week I asked a question. I said, hey, how do you guys feel about the Lions season? Remember the first response I got was, Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? Tough crowd we got around here, man. Got to go 17-0 in this mug, I guess. But Woodward Sports chat thread, Jack Stark, who do you root to lose this weekend, the Bengals or the Browns, regarding trade options? I don't think you have to root for the Browns for them to lose.
Yeah.
I think they'll handle that all on their own. And, hey, I wonder, like the Arts and the DNC ENTs of the world, if they were Browns fans, what do you think they would have been on that Deshaun Watson trade? Hype, right?
Yeah.
They would have gone crazy
Oh,
for
yeah.
that. And look at it now. It's basically derailed their franchise. So that's out there. Aaron to the Stone, Neil, what are the chances of a guy like me and a guy like you ending up watching the epic Thursday night football game together? 1 in 100? Aaron, I would say more like 1 in a million.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, I'm not saying there is no chance. D-Mac, are you opting into Thursday night football? Denver at New Orleans. Are you opting out?
Wings are playing.
You're out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably flip over to see if
you're
it's
in.
interesting later. No, like the late.
No, you're either in or you're out, Darren.
When I'm out.
Thank you.
You're out.
I'm watching the Wings.
Are you going to turn on the game?
Probably not.
Are you going to turn on the game?
I'm going to turn it on just to see.
And maybe at the,
just to flick it over.
Yeah, if the Wings end and they're still playing, I'll probably turn that on.
It'll be playing on a TV at LCA somewhere that you walk by and go, oh. But that's about it.
I'm out. I'm not participating. I'm officially out. I will not check in. I will not see the score. I will not even listen to Al Michaels. Probably the definition of somebody who doesn't want to be at work that day. Like, I'm not participating at all. Not. I'm trying to any other college football game that's going on. I would check in on that first before, but I'm not doing it. I've opted out. Vincent E, the tone, LOL. Red Wings got the main stage tonight, though. ESPN, New York Rangers in town.
Got to get her going.
I would like to see it a little bit. I would watch Georgia State and Marshall before I watched Saints Broncos. 100%. There's no BS to that. 100%. I'm being honest with you guys. We have Ryan Poulter coming on later on in the second hour. The Feldman Pigskin Pick'em Cup. I went 2-1 and lost ground to these two bozos over here.
Well, I like, you got to give Ryan credit for calling his shot. I told him he was coming hard, but he called his shot. He was going to go perfect. Let's see if he can do it again on his heels. You're gonna have to have a couple. You're gonna have to put your get right brain into your pick'em brain.
I'll take 2-1 every week.
No, I know you will.
Yeah.
I know you will, but might not be good enough on the way out.
Oh, easy guy. Now listen to this one over here.
As the league is revealing itself to me.
Nick Williams, I'm on the same page, Neil. I'll watch the Red Wings, and afterwards I will go to bed, LOL. KMG King, what's wrong with watching Bo Nix versus Spencer Rattler?
Everything.
Yeah. Let's be real.
Oregon, Texas Tech, or what is this? Or Texas A&M? Where was Rattler?
Started at Oklahoma, transferred to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay, South Carolina, Oregon.
Remember he was going to win the Heisman at Oklahoma?
Dude,
remember that?
Remember he's got, the Spencer Rattler, his logo is sick.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those hats that came in?
Yeah. It is a pretty dope
logo. But, hey, you know
what?
what? They, the Bo Nix, you could have saw this one last year, I think, right?
Yeah. I'm good. All right, let's take the break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Greg Campy, head coach of the Golden Grizzlies. They're squaring up with Michigan in a charity exhibition game for Forgotten Harvest at Little Caesars Arena, 5 o'clock. So we'll talk to Camp when we come back. What are we on? Planet Fitness, everybody. Yeah, you guys know what it is. I'll be honest with you. I missed a couple days this week. The play-by-play schedule has gotten a little compacted, so we've had to move away. But guess what? When I get my time back, I'll be sliding right back in like we never left. I think a Sunday morning trip is in order. I think a Saturday morning trip is in order. And I don't typically do the weekends, but I have to because that's the schedule. And guess what? It doesn't matter because Planet Fitnesses are everywhere. That's right. There's over 50 of them in the Metro Detroit area. All clean, sparkling facilities. All have a ton of weights. All have a ton of cardio equipment. All have the 30-minute circuit, the stretch stations, all of it, and it's all there for you. You don't need any other gym in the world, guys. I'm telling you that. I've been a member for over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. If you've been hemming and hawing and thinking about doing it, go do it. Yeah, that's an old person talk.
That is old person talk.
Yeah. Go to planetfitness.com. You can just log into the Google and go to planetfitness.com and you can join there, or you can just do the weird thing and pull in the parking lot and join there. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. It's the best gym in the gym game, right, Darren McCarty? Planet Fitness.
Don't be indecisive. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
What about Second Best?
Second Best, that's right. That's the new pregame spot for downtown. If you're going to be at the Oakland-Michigan basketball game at LCA on Sunday, here's a plan. Go down to Second Best, 42 Watson Street. You can watch a Lions game. You can get right, and then you can head on over and watch the Golden Grizzlies and the Michigan Wolverines. Sound like a plan? You can do that. It's only 2 blocks away from Little Caesars. Elite food selection, an elite chicken sandwich. They put coleslaw on the chicken sandwich.
It's the best chicken sandwich I've ever had.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Oh, and they have Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey from LCA. Woodward Sports pregame show on home game Sundays as well. It's all you need. Second Best, come get some.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
How would you like to win free bud for a year? And I'm not talking Wiser. I'm talking smoke, weed, reefer, flower, however you prefer your favorite cannabis product. It's your chance to win free cannabis for a year. Compliments of Dispo Dispensary. If I should make a joke, I can't pop myself. All you have to do is scan the QR code and screen sign up, and you'll be entered for a chance. Don't miss out on the insane giveaway. Sign up today to elevate your game. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug. Remember, you have to be 21 years old to get either.
All right, hour number 2 of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, Darren McCarty. We have Chase, we have KG, Spencer Raxer, only 4 cups. Right now, as promised, we're joined by the head coach of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Of course, he is Greg Campy. The Golden Grizzlies and the Michigan Wolverines coming up Sunday at Little Caesars Arena, 5 p.m. tip. Go to 313presents.com for tickets. Camp, how are you, man?
Well, I just heard your commercial on Second Best, and, I don't live far from there, and I do frequent that place, and I will say, and I'm not getting paid to say this, people, but it's damn good. I mean, their chicken sandwich.
Coach, is it
I'm not going to say it's the best, but you could put it in that argument.
But, Coach, here's the one thing. Will you vouch for the chicken sandwich?
Yep.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Spenny's vouched for it. I haven't had it yet, so.
That Grey Ghost burger, too.
Their whole area is great.
I need to do the commercial on Ozempic. That's what I need. Okay?
Wait, get your agent on the phone for that one, Camp.
Forget the gym, man. Forget the gym. Ozempic.
All right. Camp with the yeah, I like it. I like it. Camp, you guys in Michigan Wolverines, 5 o'clock on Sunday. Forgotten Harvest, a non-profit food insecurity organization, is the benefactor. And I know, Camp, like, look, you talked about it. You live downtown. When Forgotten Harvest was brought into this, addressing hunger issues and things like that, you don't need to be asked twice. You're in, right?
Yeah, we all have as we get older with the gray hair and all that kind of stuff, we all have our, things that we want to champion. And the American Cancer Society and the homeless have been the 2 things that, Boys and Girls Club. So I guess really 3 things that I've really, kind of gravitated to, and the homeless and being able to feed people. I really love living downtown, but you do see, people that are homeless, and it breaks your heart, and you try and help all you can. Forgotten Harvest does just an unbelievable job. I mean, it's just unbelievable the things that they do, and they don't get credit for it. They're just out there doing it. And so any way that we can help them, and every dollar from this is going to them. Oakland doesn't get a cent. Michigan doesn't get a cent. We're not, and when I talked to Dusty about the game and we talked about that, we said this is what we want to do, and Dusty's been great, just absolutely been great. It isn't about, they're going to play their ass off and we're going to play our ass off, but it's still going to come down to, why are we doing this, and we're doing it for this cause.
I think you bring up so many great points that beyond basketball, but it's about culture. And we see, like you said, you're downtown. You're a huge Detroit sports fan, cheering whether it's for the Wings, the Lions, the Tigers, whether it's DCFC. It doesn't matter what it is. You're all about it, and I think we all are. So I think the big thing is the fact that people just need to understand that that's what this game is about. That's why we're having this celebration. If you have an opportunity to come out, not only to why, here's what's presented. These 2 great college basketball programs that have gone, but this is the mission. And a lot of times the mission isn't captured because of the subject matter at play. But this is awesome to hear, and the way that everything comes together, because this is really, isn't it about this, really about the city and supporting the city and everything like that? We've seen the good, but these are the underlying things that need to be taken care of. So that's the imperative. Is it fair enough to say, and I know it's exhibition season, but you can be able to focus on maybe the charity aspect a little bit more and what's more important because of this? And it's great to hear that both Michigan and Oakland see the city and see the people of the city. Is that what is? Am I nailing this pretty good here?
Well, half of it. You've nailed it up to tip-off, and then I want to kick their ass.
Yeah, there you go.
All right? You know, we want to go there and win the game.
Hell yeah,
I don't care
Coach.
if it's an exhibition game. And then as soon as it's over, it's all about Forgotten Harvest again, right? And everything leading up to it, except for the 40 minutes of action. And then it's, you know, we're playing Michigan, and we want to beat the hell out of them. And trust me, Dusty wants to beat the hell out of us, too. And that's why you go and watch it, you know, the competitiveness of it. And then you hug each other, you shake hands, you say thanks for doing this, you send a check to Forgotten Harvest. And then Michigan's going to be a better basketball team, and Oakland's going to be a better basketball team because we did this. And that's really what it's about. And the city is so important. It's so important to me. My parents grew up in the city. My mom and my dad went to Cooley High School. You know, I spent a childhood, you know, I still remember the riots in 67 and all. You know, I just, Detroit means so much to me, and the state of Michigan means so much to me because this is my life. And so anything that we can help, we're going to help.
That is Oakland and Michigan this Sunday, LCA at 5 p.m. Come on out, 313presents.com. I'll be giving away a pair of tickets. The good folks at 313 Presents gave me a couple of tickets to give away. I'm going to have an Oakland trivia question later, Camp. You're ineligible, though, because you know the answer to it. So you can't win the ticket. Sorry. But, Camp, tell us about this year's squad. DQ Cole, a local product out of Pontiac. How are the Grizz looking?
Well, you never want to lose a player, but if you're going to lose one and it's only going to be for a quarter of the season or half the season, now's the time to do it. And we lost Isaiah Jones, and that he broke his fifth metatarsal. He had surgery. He's going to be out 8 to 12 weeks. I hope I have him back at Christmas. But he was kind of the heart and soul of our team. Is he the best player? No. Is he the best scorer? No. But he was the heart and soul, the leader, the captain, and that. So it's kind of, we've taken a step backwards or two since he got hurt, trying to figure out how we're going to replace what he does. But we'll figure it out. And I really like our team. We have 11 new guys. We lost some great players. I mean, we got 3 great players that are playing elsewhere in Division I basketball next year because of the transfer portal and NIL and the day and age. And we can be upset about that, or we can just accept it and go get new players. And that's what we did. And I like us. I think we have every bit as chance to be as good as we were last year. We're not right now, but I think our ceiling is every bit as good as it was last year. I just have to find out who our alpha dog is, Neil. I have to find out. Last year we knew Goki was going to get 10 or 12 threes. Trey Townsend was going to have the ball in the last 2 minutes. I don't know who that is right now. I don't know who's going to have the ball in the last 2 minutes. And hopefully the Michigan game, it's close enough that we learn a few things. And by the time Isaiah comes back at Christmas, that we understand who we are and we're ready to go for the conference.
Hey, Coach, you've been doing this a long time, right? Coaching basketball. I mean, does every year that you go into it, does this year remind you of, oh, I had this experience maybe, and it's 20 years ago with this group? Like now as you get older, there's a lot of these experiences where you haven't had the alpha dog, where you've lost a couple different players and you've had 11 new guys. Does this remind you, do you go back to that experience? Has it been, or does it always constantly change?
It's both, Darren. It's both. And you use the experiences to explain yourself to the team. I mean, we've had everything in 41 years. Everything that can happen pretty much has happened. So I can go back and say, yeah, well, in 2005 we finished 7th in the league, and we went and won the conference tournament, and went to the NCAA tournament. I mean, you can always reach back into your bag to help you get through, with your players. But every situation's different. Even though you've been there before, your talent's level is different. Who you're playing is different, things like that. I mean, look at our schedule. There's no room in our schedule. We're probably the hardest schedule in the country. All right, there's no room for us to, say, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to get DQ this and we're going to find out this. When we're finding that out, we're going to get our ass beat because we're playing Kansas and Illinois and Michigan State and Boise State and Arkansas and at Toledo. And, it's a really, really difficult schedule. So what we have to do is take who we are now and just get better every day.
Coach, people are talking about it in the chat right now. What changed the most for life for Oakland basketball after the run last year and the victory over Kentucky? What changed the most after that?
Well, our players' lives changed. Jack Oakey's life changed. Trey Thompson. Everybody on the team's life changed. My life changed. It's been unbelievable that I didn't know how bad the world didn't like Kentucky. I mean, they're like the Dallas Cowboys, right? Everywhere in the country, and because of it, I've gone all over the country this year. I mean, I've spoke everywhere, and I've been in high demand, right? And I'm no different. I mean, an overnight sensation after 41 years, right? I've been no different, but everybody wants to talk about it. They want to talk about Cal and how he got it. He's now at Arkansas and that. And I just never realized or knew that the world would change that way. But for our players, I told last night on the radio, I told Neil this, and Neil knew it, that, when we tipped it up at 7 o'clock before the Kentucky game, Jack Golke had 495 followers on Instagram. By midnight that night, he had 55,000 followers on Instagram in a 5-hour period because he did what nobody else has ever done, right? And the magnitude of winning, we've got 14 Power 5 wins, but we only have one in the tournament. And the magnitude of winning a game like that in the NCAA tournament, it changed lives. It's changed Oakland University. It's changed everything about us. And it's kind of cool. And it's been very rewarding for me because I fought my whole coaching career here at Oakland to get us to that level. Now we got to stay at that level.
Coach Campy, our guest here, Big D Energy, the Golden Grizzlies and the Michigan Wolverines, a charity exhibition basketball game this Sunday, 5 p.m., Little Caesars Arena. Go to 313presents.com. Camp, I'm going to give you a sampling of the comments here in the rolling YouTube chat. IT Hips says, Greg Campy is the man. Hopefully we get to see another magical run this year. And they run the gamut of that to this, from Let's Go Red Wings Sparty, Ozempic in the arena, the commercial writes itself.
Arena
so
with Coach.
So there you have it.
Ozempic,
all right, Camp. I'm gonna give out this trivia question. You're excluded from this. The Golden Grizzlies have played the Michigan Wolverines one time at the arena. That was back in the year 2000. Oakland got the win, 97-90. Over Michigan in the game. Who was the leading scorer for the Golden Grizzlies in that game? The first person to put it in the chat will get 2 Lower Bowl tickets to the game this Sunday. I'll send it out there. I know you know the answer, so you're excluded. What do you remember about that game?
I remember that Kelly Williams was a freshman and Mike Helms were freshmen, and Mike Helms was one of the biggest recruits we ever got. He became our first Division I All-American. But Mike hardly played in that game. It was their first game, and Kelly Williams had 19. I remember that. I don't remember who the leading scorer was, though. I know Covington played well. I don't remember who the leading scorer was. Maybe Buddenborg?
Well, we're going to see if the people know. No, you are not right, by the way. Yeah,
I'm giving some names. Kelly Williams had 19. I know that.
Yeah, he was not.
I've used that in recruiting a lot.
One player went off. You guys are gonna have to dig to find this one. So the media story is written in old code, as a matter of fact, on the internet. But Camp, as always, man, we appreciate the time. It could be
Rosick.
It could
I'm
be.
just throwing names out so people can throw.
What
some
year
names
was
back
this?
at them.
2000.
2000.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're only halfway through Coach's career.
Yeah.
I was 4 years old.
There you go,
Spenny.
There you
All
go.
that experience.
Camp, good luck
4
this
years
weekend.
old.
Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, hey, thanks.
Always great to see you. You bet.
There you
Give
go.
Michigan hell, Coach. Give them that first L in the season. I'd love it.
There you go. Sparty Spenny wants you guys to win. So there you go.
Who's Who's he want on the 17th of December? That's my question.
Ooh, I gotta go green, Coach. Come on, what are we talking about? I love you guys.
We got you all here, though. Don't worry about him. You can go in there and shock both worlds.
All right.
There you go.
Good.
All right, Camp, appreciate
Coach.
it. Greg Campy, everybody, in his 41st season, 10th all-time right now in active wins by coaches. He hates when I bring this stuff up, so so I'm doing it.
Coach is the man.
Yeah. Number 10, actually, all-time in most wins by active coaches. He's 8 behind Tom Izzo. 699 career wins. His next win in the regular season will be win number 700. Wow. So he'll be picking that up, I would imagine, in the beginning of the season. So again, drop that one in the chat. The first one that I see, they're lower bowl tickets. I'll give you a hint. Campy did say the name.
Ooh.
He did say the name.
He's throwing Coach is the man of the people.
No, he absolutely is. So I want the people to have to work for it. It's not that hard though when you think about it. If you
Google search.
you just Google Oakland, Michigan Arena 2000.
Right.
The story's literally right there. It's the first result. There, I'm tipping
Now, is
you
it with an
guys
S or a Z?
with a Z.
Okay.
What do you got, Chase?
Am I allowed to participate?
No,
No.
you work here. Get out.
Right. That's
there
a
we go.
conflict of interest.
Justin Skako has it. It was Jason Rozicki. He had 32 against Michigan.
And what became of him? Did he ever play in the league, or was that about it?
He was a great player though, man. He was an absolutely a great player. Part of the lore. He talked about Mike Helms. Mike Helms actually made me want to go to school at Oakland. It wasn't because of a journalism department or anything like that. I was actually choosing between Oakland and Eastern stunk at everything, and Oakland was good at basketball. Yeah. So I went to Oakland. The academic people that are watching right now, you probably want to turn this one off. I didn't go there for any academic programs. I went there because the basketball team won, and I think it worked out for me pretty well.
Yeah.
So there you go.
What did you originally want to go to school for?
Originally, I was going to do finance. I wanted to be a stockbroker.
That makes so much sense.
Originally,
Dude,
so on brand.
You got to hear the stories about Neil. I laugh every time we road trip because he used to work with my good buddy Rake.
Shout out Rake.
Quicken.
At Quicken.
Big
and
shout
they
out
used
to
to
Rake.
do the cold calls, and Neil would go around singing songs out of pop song lyrics.
Wow.
And the object of pop each other. Yeah, he's made for this, bro.
Yeah.
He's made for this. So when did the realization come in? Because now, look at that. From a guy who wanted to do finance to a guy who's now doing,
when I realized all the accounting classes that were necessary to be a stockbroker, I was like, yeah.
So how do you want to facilitate getting Justin his tickets?
Do we have a company email?
You can just email me or we have giveaway. We have a couple. You can DM Woodward on Twitter.
Yeah, you have access to that, right?
Yeah, we can get that.
Justin, DM Woodward on Twitter, and just get me your email address, and I'll send them over to you.
Dropping those DMs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let me know in the chat if you don't have.
I'll put a text in.
If you don't have X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Justin.
Yeah, congratulations.
Enjoy watching Michigan get that ass whooped by the Golden Grizzlies.
Big thanks to Coach Camp. I know we're mega late for the break, but for
Shout out
Coach
Coach
Camp,
Camp.
we're going to do
fan
it, man.
Oh, for sure.
Tell them about Swiss Insurance, D-Man.
Absolutely. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. How do you go about doing it? Because Swiss Insurance wants to make sure your carrier is not slipping in the extra fees. Call my buddy Mark today on Swiss Insurance, 313-530-1698, or go to SwissINS.com.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the Instant Fan and host reactions with the Lions post-game show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah.
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? Well, you expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Same great service. Customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford and Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Vroom, vroom.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. Of course, we have KG, Spencer Raxter. My guy Chase is in the building. I know, Chase, you were first on it. You knew it was Jason Rozicki. Shout out to him. Boyne City High School, by the way, up north.
Oh, wow. Boyne City.
Hey, man. Camp's been doing it a long time. There are guys where Jack Golke was in Division II. Was in Division II.
Didn't know that.
So, it's absolutely wild what he's been able to pull off there.
He don't get enough respect in this town as one of the great coaches in this town, because he is.
He's in the Michigan Sports Hall. He's starting to.
He's one of the greatest people in this town.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
we talk about people that champion the city. That dude doesn't. He lives down there.
And yeah, I was just about to say, to make second best even better, you might be eating a sandwich and drinking a beer next to Coach Camp.
Breaking bread with Coach Camp.
And he knows it too, because he seconded it. Also, Grey Ghost right across the street, same owners. Best burger in the city.
There you go.
Close.
Yeah.
There you go,
and
man.
he's personable. He's not like just unaccessible. He makes himself available to the people.
Yeah.
He'll sit down and have a conversation with you. He's great, man.
He loses money to me in cards and everything. Yeah. It's perfect.
That's why
you
I
love
Coach Campy. That's why I love Coach Izzo, because they are just they're pillars, idols, legends of the sport.
Yeah.
And just so real, so down to earth. Care about every single one. Like, every time that I've spoken to Coach Izzo, whether it was after a game where I'm freaking out in the Izzone or at the campouts, he's just always, he cares about you. He really does. And it's the same thing with
Spencer. It's great to see you.
Yeah, dude. I love Coach Izzo, and I love Coach Campy the same way.
No, absolutely.
They're just real dudes.
They are. They're cut out of the same mold.
So, yeah, Justin, again, DM Woodward. All I need is an email address, and I'll get those tickets sent over to you. So, congratulations. Enjoy it. At 7th row, I think, in the lower bowl. So, so have a good time down there. And, yep, Rack, I went to Oakland basketball camp twice as a kid, LOL.
Should have gotten more than that.
No, absolutely. People talk about the skiing in Boyne. Yeah, skiing and 32 points against Michigan. So, so there you have that.
Great golf course in Boyne.
Absolutely.
Up north still.
Love the Heathers.
Love
my favorite one up there.
We did
three.
We did Lynx Quarry, Crooked Tree, and the Heather.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a trip that was. It was for my boy's bachelor party.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. But no, D-Mac, I do want to talk about the Wings a little bit tonight.
Okay.
I'm not panicked. It's not over. Steve Eisman shouldn't be fired. None of that stuff. But I do want to level with you. Let's do this. Let's take the break and get back on the clock, and then I want to level with D-Mac, and I think it's fair.
No, I think it's fair too, because I got questions, and we're in this uncomfortable. This is going to be an uncomfortable season, I think. So you're not out of line.
Okay, so we're vibing.
Yeah,
all right. You know what? We'll get back to the football stuff. Don't worry, because I do want to do a 30,000-foot Lions Vikings. Like, I do want to keep it real.
Yeah, so let's
today's Thursday, right?
Let's do the commercial. Take a quick segment.
Yes.
On the
Wings. We got
Wings, and then
Poulter on ready to go.
Poulter's on too.
All right. I'd rather talk Lions.
All right. Well, all right. We'll have Poulter on when we come back. We'll get in the picks. We'll do the Red Wing stuff. We'll do the Lions 30,000 foot with the Vikings, and then by about that time we'll be ready to dip. Is that fair, everybody?
Fair
No
enough.
production on the fly. All right. Let's talk about the pregame show.
Let me tell you about. Oh, that's you. Never mind.
What were you going to tell me about? Because I'm going to tell you about the pregame
I was
show.
thinking about the live watch party. But, yeah.
No, it's always about
Both
you.
electric, boys. Both electric. But
Right.
tell me about the pregame
Hey.
first.
Football Sunday starts at 8 a.m. Woodward in Maine. Matthew Broder. He's Matthew on the pregame Lions discussion on Sundays. With Terry Foster. That's right. They get it rolling from 8 to 9 a.m. And then we step in, myself and Sean Belesian, the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show. Sundays, 10 a.m. to noon. On home game days, we're live at Second Best. And of course, it is brought to you by New Holland Brewing Company. Sabbath Coffee Roasters right there in Clawson on East 14 Mile. Pull up on them and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Probably my favorite Irish whiskey. No BS, by the way. I drop it in there with a little ice. We're good to go. And a little pregame banter with my good friend Sean Belesian. Nobody in Detroit, not the flagship, not your favorite TV network, nobody is doing football Sundays. Between the pregame, between the watch party, between the postgame, nobody's doing it better than us. They're just not. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Just in time for football season, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is now offering new signature wings. 7 different flavors. My favorite is the spicy garlic. It is a limited time offer though, so get it while you still can. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and make sure you throw in some of those biscuits. To find a Soroki's near you, go to Sorokis.com.
I'm a human being like Spencer. I need water, everybody. So sorry about
Dude,
that.
although Spenny can drink a sip of water and go to a commercial quicker, I watch him every time. It's like, where does it go? Where does it go?
Neil, I thought you ran off electricity, like your car.
Don't start that.
Whoa, nice. Wow, nice. Although veteran move last night.
It was a veteran move. I'm digging it. I am saying.
With,
I'm digging it. I'm digging
No,
it.
you done found every free electric stop everywhere. Like
100%.
I love it.
Yeah, 100%. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer in the building as well. And of course, we have Chase, my guy, hanging out. And right now, as promised, we're joined by Ryan Poulter. Speaking of EVs, that's right, from Feldman Chevrolet. It is a Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick'em Cup. He is a man on fire. He is a man that went 3-0.
Ain't no fades.
The fade Ryan people have been crushed. They've been dusted. They are finished. And I got a text from him moments ago that said, quote, "Why is D-Mac hating? Because when you're the best, Ryan." When you're the best, Ryan, people come after you, I guess. How you doing, man?
Doing well. How you guys doing? D-Mac, what is with the hate? What is with the hate?
What hate are you talking about?
I hurt my feelings. Listen, it's
I
hard
said
going 8-1 for the last 2
congratulations,
weeks.
bro.
I
You
get
called
that.
your
I
shot
get
last
that.
week.
I get
I
that.
was giving
I
you your
get that.
flowers.
I get that.
Holy
I get
cow.
that. You know,
wow, are
it's
we sensitive
hard
at
to-
the top?
It's hard to like someone who goes 8-1 in the last 2 weeks. It's hard. I get that.
No, I'm proud of you. Don't you get that? It's about time. It's taken 3 years, but we got you to the top, bro. That's what we're doing here.
Ryan, no, but you are on a heater right now.
Heater.
You're on a heater. What
Yeah.
changed? What changed, my friend? How did you turn this around?
Well, you know, I went back to the basics. I found what's worked, and I'm not changing it. 2 college games, 1 pro game. Sticking to games that I feel are pretty comfortable, and just kind of going that route. I mean, 3-0, 2 weeks in a row. The fade Ryan,
It's dead.
It kind of got me sparked up there.
That's
Every now
what
and
it
then
was. You just need to
get
be
a little
challenged.
spark.
So
Yeah,
now that
that's
you're
it.
at
I
the
need-
top,
need a
don't
little
let
something on that.
can't rest on your laurels, bud. Can't rest.
No,
we need
I
a
can't. Where you
another
at,
big
D-Mac?
week out of you. I was 3-0
Oh, we're
too,
gonna-
bro. I knew you were going to be good, so I decided I'll be good too. So I think you're going to have another good week because I'm going to have another good week. So here we go.
All right, Ryan.
Let's go.
Let's get into it. You sent the picks over. Now I'm going to caution you. I think you're getting a little cute right now, but that's
Neil.
just me. But hey, you explain it to the people. Here are Ryan Poulter's picks.
Yeah.
He went 3-0 again. He's 11-7. Break it down, Ryan.
Yeah, all these lines, these beautiful lines, are brought to you by Caesar Sportsbook.
Yes.
And since Caesar Sportsbook has been on this sponsorship, I've taken off. So thank you, Caesar Sportsbook, for all your help with that. Starting off, FSU at Duke. FSU is not a good team. Okay, they are not a good team. They're 1-5. Duke's at home. Duke -3. I thought that was a pretty decent lock. FSU is just not a good team whatsoever. So I think that's pretty much a lock. We got Georgia at Texas. This was kind of a scary one, but I just think Texas is that good. I think Texas is that good. Oh, look, we're selling cards.
That I know.
Georgia at Texas. Texas at home. I think Texas is going to pull it out. It's going to be 7 to 10 point win. I think Texas is that good. I think they are going to win the national championship, and I think that they've got a lock, a pretty good win on their hand there. This one was weird, and I stared at this line for a minute. Kansas City at San Francisco. San Fran doesn't have, CMC. I don't know why Kansas City is getting points, but they are. I'll take it. +1 at San Fran. I think that Kansas City's going to win, but I'll take the +1. I'll take the 1 point. Let's go.
All right. It does look weird. It does look
Third
weird
week
on
in
the
a row.
screen. Kansas City +1. D-Mac, you want to step in? Where is Darren McCarty going right now?
Well, I'm using the same logic as far as going with consistently my consistency. So I'm taking the Lions into the fire. Hopefully they don't get beat by 40 like you said, and everybody thinks they are. But it's a prove-it game. After the injury to Hutch and stuff like this stepping up, I think that we're going to see more of the same. The New England Patriots.
Sometimes you gotta,
No. They're
spray
playing
yourself with
Jacksonville.
Lysol.
They're playing Jacksonville, and you know what? Jacksonville giving 5.5, and that being the Devil's number and stuff like this. But I'm gonna go with Drake. I like what I saw out of Drake May and the Patriots and stuff, and I hate.
I guarantee
Trevor
that one
Lawrence.
wins. I guarantee it
And
wins.
right, exactly. And then I got to ride my Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders.
You keep it simple, D-Mac. You have a formula. You go with it. You ride your teams.
I do. And the only thing is like with Brian's picks or whatever is the setup. There's a couple setup games on his list there, and we'll see that. To me, the Kansas City one's weird because the league needs San Francisco to win. Worse.
Now,
So
you're 9-8-1, so you're making your move, and it's ironic
just hovering.
It's ironic you brought that up, D-Mac, because now we'll go to my picks for the week. Now I went 2-1 and lost ground, but that's cool. I'll go 2-1 the rest of the way. I'll win this thing. I know that. I'm 7-11, but we're warming up the pump.
Who? You gotta hope that I go 0-3 a couple weeks in a row before you say you're gonna win this thing, Neil.
We're not worried about that. Bud.
I'm gonna reel you in.
Obviously, we're not worried. You're gonna come back to earth.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, D-Mac, when you go 3-0 2 weeks in a row, then you can start talking.
No, I can talk whatever I want. I got a belt, bro. Until you got
you're
one,
only
you
as good
can't.
as you did for me right now.
Okay.
You're only as good as what you did
Keep
today.
working your system, bro.
People in the chat, I
know,
love.
but I'll go home and shine my belt.
People in the chat, I love the Ryan Poulter D-Mac beef. All right, my picks right here. Hey, I was told there would be no fall off. Surely they can't lose to Illinois, right?
Here we go.
Surely
Michigan's
they can't
losing.
lose.
God, Neil, why are you doing this? Why
Michigan
are you doing this to me?
-3.5
Stop.
at Illinois.
Stop.
There will be no
Stop.
fall off. Surely they
Jeez.
can't lose that game.
Take Illinois,
I'm going
everybody.
in on it. I was
Take
told there was no
Illinois,
fall
everybody.
off.
Neil, I appreciate you
Take
sacrificing
Illinois.
your picks.
Lock of the century. Take Illinois. Thanks, Neil.
I'm not sacrificing anything.
I told you he
this
would
is
do
the
it.
Michigan Wolverines.
Nah, man.
A premier college football program.
Lying through your effing
In
teeth.
the mix with the Georgias and the Alabamas of the
Here
world.
you go.
This is what they are.
Don't pander to
No
us, Neil.
way Big Blue rolls into Illinois and loses to that bum team. No way.
Low key, this could be my favorite segment.
No way. No way. I'm not having it. I know they can't throw a forward pass, but it doesn't matter. They're playing Illinois.
Hey,
it's Illinois.
It's Tuttle time now. You stop that.
I'd rather
He's
go
back.
0-3. I'd rather go 0-3 than have Neil pick Michigan ever again.
He a hater, man.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Surely they won't let me down again.
Neil.
Surely they won't.
Come on, man.
Don't
we had
pander
this
to
talk.
It's time to make their move. All right, moving on. Okay.
Spencer made you make this pick, didn't he?
I like it. I'm
Spenny
a
made
fan.
you make this pick.
Again, all
That's
lines.
a good number. I think 3.5 is a good number.
All lines courtesy of Caesar Sportsbook. Then we're going to ride this thing. You guys know I said last week UNLV's getting a little overcooked. Going into Oregon State and they're laying a touchdown on the road. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it for UNLV. They went into Kansas and won. I understand that. How many times are you going to do that for real? How many times are you going to go on the road and do that for real?
No quarterback.
This is a spot play. This is a spot play. That's it. I'm not saying Oregon State's good. I'm saying that they're good enough to cover 7 at home against UNLV. And Ryan Poulter walked into a trap that I knew he would. When he saw the Chiefs +1, he talked about it. He fought it. He didn't want to take it. He didn't want to, but you have to. You have to. When you see the Chiefs +1, you have to take it on principle. But guess what? This is a spot game, and you know the Niners are going to win this game. This is my strongest play on the card, the 49ers, next to Michigan. Because
your strongest play on the card is now Illinois +3.5.
No way, Ryan.
For that, Neil.
No way,
Thank you,
Ryan.
Neil.
That is it. Hey, Ryan.
Can we combine and get all of Ann Arbor to just go after Neil and for picking Michigan?
Too late, bro. It's already happened.
What are you talking about? Hey, tune in 11-1.
But no, Ryan. What's popping over there at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi?
We're putting car deals on the board and going 8-1 in the last 3 weeks. You can't really beat that. All these Fade Ryan people, you know.
I love this.
That's elite.
That sticker is elite, Ryan. I will say that. Leave that there, no doubt. Hey, man, we appreciate you taking the time, and we'll see you out there coming up in a little bit.
Guys. Hey,
good luck this weekend, bud.
Hey, thanks, D-Mac. You're going to eat it more than I do.
Okay, you bet.
Soroki's chicken sandwich is spot on, just so you know. Thank you guys for making Greg Campy me. I really do appreciate that. It made me feel really good being 8-1 the last 3 weeks. And Caesar Sportsbook, thank you for the lines. Go Wings, go Lions, go Blue, even though Neil just ruined it for me.
Go Blue.
And come stop by and see you guys. Spenny, your team is still last, so it's okay.
All right, he's got to get the walk-off blast. So there it is, Ryan Poulter. Ryan Poulter, everybody.
That was a good segment.
No, it was.
I hope when he falls from the top, he doesn't break a leg or anything like that. At least he's got a sit-down job.
Absolutely. Chuck Brewer, Neil has no faith in Michigan. He just wants to troll them when they lose. No. Surely they can't lose to Illinois.
That's what I'm saying. I appreciate you sacrificing.
I'm not sacrificing anything. This is a win.
To curse Michigan.
Neil, you've been saying for at least 2 weeks now that the Illinois game is one that they can trip on. And you know you have.
Not this
team.
team.
Don't do that. Don't pander to
Tuttle's here.
Yeah, it is Tuttle time, but you're not going to pander to us.
You want to find out if he's pandering or not? You just got to ask him one question.
What?
Is Michigan in the get-right pick this weekend?
Hell no. Hell no.
So,
he already sacrificed one loss. He ain't going to do it twice.
So then if you want to know, right, which way it is to whatever, if it's seriousness, right? I love the pick.
He won't put his money, not a second time. He already sacrificed it.
No, you don't understand. The get-right pick is like a child.
Yeah.
Right? So this isn't about him, but he's not going to sacrifice his firstborn unless... to the fact
now look at him trying to be a man. Go ahead.
Because I'm updating everything.
All right.
So the get right is 61-31. By the way,
impeccable
documented.
record.
Impeccable. That's right.
There is still an open play on the get right.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Michigan to make the playoff at +150.
Come on, dog.
So that one is still open right now. There's no way.
You don't believe in that. You don't.
What are you talking about?
You don't believe in that.
Already.
Yeah, it's in.
He betted back at the beginning of the season.
It's in.
Okay.
+150.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that are critical of it, remember, I got you 4.5 to 1 on the Tigers making the playoffs, okay? So everybody just chill for a minute.
Probably got to win out to make the playoffs now, right?
Nah, they could lose to Ohio State and still make it.
3 losses?
Yep. If there's a 3-loss team getting in,
it'd be Michigan.
It's going to be them.
Yeah, that's fair.
because you guys know how this works.
If they beat Oregon and
it's
lose
not,
to Ohio State, yeah.
and you get credit for losing to good teams. I've already heard it. When I listen to the National College Football Talk, you already hear them talking about who did they lose to. Because when you have 3 lost teams, that's what it's going to be about. It's not going to be how good are they. They're going to compare their losses. That's how it's going to work, everybody.
Yeah.
And there's no way they can lose to Illinois. With Captain Tuttle, are you kidding me?
I'm going to keep pandering.
I'm not pandering.
Yes, you are.
All right, whatever.
Let me tell you about Mark White. Mark White is the best place to go if you're looking to buy or sell your home. He will save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs. All you got to do is call him at 248-290-8242 or visit him at markwhitesells.com. Again, he will save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. It's Mark White. He's the right choice. What about taller long drink?
No, that's the right choice as well. After you save that $5,000, I would take all of it and buy the Dutch long drink taller from. I would get a pallet from Total Wine. Pull up
on your Diddy stuff. Huh? Yeah. I need the whole pallet of baby oil.
It'll be the Diddy of long drinks, you know. No, the Dutch long drink taller by New Holland Brewing Company. Simply phenomenal. If you're a seltzer person at all, which I am. You know, I mess with their beer a little bit, but I don't do a ton of the beer. But I will do a ton of taller. The Dutch Long Drink by New Holland Brewing. They use their own small batch gin. New Holland Brewing Company, local company in the state of Michigan, over there on the west side of the state. They mix that with a grapefruit puree. And what happens? Magic happens. That's what happens. It's taller, the Dutch Long Drink. I can't wait to get back in studio. Oh, man, I got to do Oakland. I got to do the Oakland game Sunday night. I'm still going to have a taller or two, though. I am.
Damn right.
Because it tastes that good. Guys, if you haven't tried this yet, pull up to Total Wine and get some. Just try it. You'll thank me later. Taller from New Holland Brewing Company. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Divorce.
Hey, let's get serious for a minute here, guys. If you're going through divorce, child custody, child visitation, all that really messy stuff, you need a squad on your side. You need KDK Law. Kevin and Catherine right here in Birmingham. It's excellence that you need on your side. Scan the QR code on the screen. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. KDK Law will pay your filing fee. But, hey, it ain't about that. It ain't about a filing fee. I say ain't for a fact. Trademark Ryan Ermanni. It's about getting the best on your team. They have 24/7 availability. They have 10 years of experience. This is probably the most important thing in your life, everybody. Get lawyered up correctly. KDK Law right here in Birmingham. They will have your back. All right, keeping it pushing, coming down the stretch. I just got a text from Ryan Poulter. He said, you did that out of spite for me going 8-1 the last 3 weeks. No, I did it because it's Illinois. What if they lose to Illinois?
They're done.
Then, season's over. They're not making the playoff. And, they got some questions to answer.
Are they closer to being Auburn, or are they closer to being one of the college football's elites?
Don't do that with me right now.
No, I'm not.
I promise I will give you that Auburn shit next year. I promise I will. Right now, I can't do it.
Okay, we already said, did we not talk about this before
He hard-headed as hell. You know we can't get through to him.
He said that like this year was the one we were going to take it off, and you agreed that, man, we're all in agreement and stuff, and then next year, if it's consistency and stuff,
and literally for the last...
I just got to remember what multiverse I'm in here.
Yeah, it's the Neil Rule multiverse.
So if they lose, they're 4-3, and they're 2-2 in the Big Ten. Is that elite?
No. Okay. Clearly not, Neil. Don't do that, man. You've been preaching this Illinois game for at least 3 weeks. Oh, they contribute. Illinois. Oh, this is a game they need to watch out for. And now here you is.
They're going to smash them, and they're going to smash Indiana, and we're back.
All right. The Neil Rule curse. You're just trying to curse them. That's all.
I like it. I appreciate it.
I know you do, but you have a reason. Once again, he does not.
All right, D-Mac.
What's up?
Lions, Vikings, 30,000 foot. I know you're off tomorrow.
Yeah.
All BS aside. Like, all right.
This is a statement.
This is a statement. This is the first one to fire up the engines on, isn't it?
Last week was. No, last week, to what that meant in that room to Dan Campbell being from Texas, playing there, doing everything else, and not being able to beat Dallas and going and to be able to say, hey, you know what, MFers, you're not America's team anymore. I just want to show you America's team comes through the Motor City. But this is about the NFC North. This is about your championship. This is about carrying that flag of this is our division. And this is where you go to work. No one knows. And the focus, here's the thing. Yes, losing Aiden Hutchinson is horrible. You can't replace him. But you know the focus that's gone on through everybody else this week because he is not there and because they all know that. And to me, it's the experience and where they're at. Okay? They're not at the beginning level, right? They're well into this to having the veteran guys on both sides of the ball, having, the youth, having all this. But the one thing, they're all on the same page, and they know how big this is. If anybody from the defense having to, every week, right? Every week we talk about our secondary going against the best of the best of the best. And what has happened as of late, they've gotten better and better and better. It ain't going to be easy against Addison and Jefferson. But you know what? I think we're as ready for battle as we've ever been against elite wide receivers like that. And you know what? Some of them are going to get their yardage, but it's not. You're not going to let Sam Darnold. This is Sam Darnold we're talking about, right? You can't let him beat you. You just can't. You've already suffered at the hands earlier this year of losing a game that you didn't want to lose, expect to lose, play your best. I just think that what we saw last week carries over into this week, and then we'll get some answers. Brian Branch is going to have to be big. He will be big. Terry Arnold's going to have to be less handsy or whatever he did. He showed progress last week. So, and then we'll see what happens as far as the pressure. But offensively, I think that, and Minnesota's better, but we're cooking. Yeah. We're cooking. It's all on us. It's what we do, not what anybody does to us.
And that's my point exactly, D-Mac, because here are the stakes. Make no mistake about this. You lose this football game to Minnesota, in effect, you're 2.5 back. You're 4-2. They're 6-0. They had the tiebreaker over you. Yep. You're 2.5 back. Or if you win, you're in first place. Like that, those are the stakes. That is huge.
And would you not say strength of schedule and stuff like this looking forward, where Minnesota's schedule is probably more favorable to them? So that's why you got to take care of this business while you take.
But when you're the hunted, that's the way this game is set up. I'm not gonna,
No. We had a lot. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's why the imperativeness, because you don't see Minnesota with the next 5 after this or whatever.
Yeah,
and their bye
lightens
ring
up a lot for
falling
them.
Down. It lines up.
And it's one of those things where I think you put everybody affiliated with the NFL on notice that, hey, bros, you saw what we did last week
Best
to Dallas.
Best team in NFC.
Real talk. Like, I know everyone was talking crazy for a couple minutes there, but this is our ish. Mm-hmm. We run this division. When I was talking about that with the Lions at plus money to win the division and all that kind of stuff, like, I felt like that was an absolute gift. This is the biggest game so far.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. It has the potential to be the biggest game for a while as well. And I know it's the NFL. I know the next game's always the biggest game. But I'm talking about with those stakes, you're either 2.5 back with 11 games to go, or you're in first place. There is no other outcome. Like, that is it. This is ultimate stakes. This is big boy stuff. Their engines will be fired up. Both sides. Both sides.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You will get their best. And I don't want to hear, like, they didn't play well. Like, I don't want to hear about it, because we're in a different space right now. We're about winning a division, winning playoff games, winning a championship. The Chiefs haven't looked good. They're undefeated. It's all they care about. That's all I care about, too. I don't care how it gets done. I don't care if Darnold throws for 400 yards. They'll say, oh, Neil, I know the Lions won, but. No, there is no but. We're the division champion. We run it. We're one of the favorites in the NFC. This is our show, and it's exactly what that man, Darren McCarty, just said. It's about what we do. It ain't about what the Vikings are about. It's not about that. What are the Lions going to do? Because they're the boss. Don't forget. I think people are forgetting that, D-Mac. Honest to God, I do. And I think when they win Sunday, everybody will be back on board. But don't worry. I kept the receipts. I knew who was off.
Of course you did.
No, and to that point, Neil, we're at the point with this Lions team, it's not about needing help from other teams and looking at that. No, it's what we do, and we go about business, and they know that, and that's the confidence. So why is this a bigger, tougher game? Because Minnesota's guys are healthier.
Mike Bell, we suddenly have this elitist mentality. Tell me how we're not elite. Like, you have to accept what you are, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Mike, is this a good franchise?
They're 4-1 for Christ's sake.
Is this a good football team?
Go watch this offensive line push people around. Just bully ball.
They have the best offensive line in football.
The best running attack in football.
The best running attack in football. The best run defense in football.
Facts.
The best safety tandem in football.
You see where we're going with this?
The best offensive coordinator in football.
And low key, find me two better receivers.
Yeah. I mean,
low key.
They up there.
They're not getting the due for that because the numbers aren't eye-popping, but the numbers were never going to be eye-popping. There's a lot of mouths to feed. J-Mo's one of them ones, Spenny.
Mm-hmm.
He flips games.
Sure is.
I know I was told he was a bust, but he is in fact not. All right,
Cook Diggs last week.
What's that?
I said he cooked Diggs.
Did you hear
last
Diggs
week.
on the sideline quote? I can't keep up. I can't keep up. He's talking on the sideline. The NFL films and they call him quote. I can't. He's too fast.
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
No, it was that. Burn, it matters more because the Lions winning. The Lions winning is 2.5 advantage because of the Lions hangover. There's not going to be Burn. There's not going to be a hangover.
No, it means the teams that play the Lions.
Oh yeah. My bad, Burn. So yeah, there is that as well. So yeah, let's do this. Let's take the last break, and I do have a critical question for D-Mac about the Red Wings. So we are on the watch party, right?
This time I'll tell them about the watch party live from Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Live watch party, live post-game show. Every single Detroit Lions game, come out and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. It was fun last week until, obviously, what shan't we speak of. We won't speak of. That kind of ruined the mood. But it was still fun. It was a good time, and we're going to be out there partying again this week when the Lions dog walk the vaunted Minnesota Vikings. Come join us live at Hayes Social.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for the best youth football and cheer program in Detroit. That's right, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan 3C Sports League. The season has run its course. They will play for a championship at Ford Field this weekend. 6 teams to choose from. East Point, Belleville, Detroit, all over. It does put the youth back in youth sports. So next year, when you're thinking about it, you want your kid to play some football, bgcsm.org. That is the play. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan 3C Sports Leagues. All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. This show cooked today.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard to keep up, man.
Well, anytime you got Chase throwing heat on Flannel earlier in the thing, you know that thing. Chase, tone setter today, kid. Way to go.
Thank you.
Thirsty Thursday, setting the tone.
I like it. All right, D-Mac. Red Wings Rangers tonight. The bright lights, the big city, the pretty ladies. No, the Red Wings owing the Rangers at LCA on ESPN, the national TV audience. And D-Mac, if they lose, it's not over. Like, we're what are we, 3 games in? It's not over or anything like that. But D-Mac, I wouldn't mind a good showing. Cam Talbot getting the start tonight in goal. And look, I think you alluded to it. There could be some turbulence this year for the linear crowd that just wants to see straight improvement. And because they almost made the playoffs, the expectation is to make the playoffs this year. But I would enjoy a good showing tonight.
No,
I'm just saying.
And it has to be. And you know what? If you don't think that the Rangers getting off to the start they have been, getting their goalies in order, getting their contracts in order, that they are
locked and loaded.
They're a Stanley Cup. They have to be conference final favorite and stuff like that. Somebody to challenge Florida for the East and Stanley Cup. They're just built to that way. So these are test games. Like, these is where you see where you're at. And I don't think that if you ask anybody in the Red Wings locker room, they play it's consistency, right? You come out home opener against Pittsburgh, you get off to a good start first period, and then you crap the bed and let in 4 goals. But you come back and you bounce back. So the bounce back against losses with a shutout at home. You have another bounce back game here after losing in New York. So you got Cam Talbot, who hasn't let in a goal this year and let a goal in on home ice. So everything's working for you. What I'm looking for is just consistency. I haven't seen enough of too many people looking around in the defensive end. We will always say that this team will go as their power play goes. So it's about getting guys started up. You saw, Larkin's got a couple goals. Kane got his first assist. But we need more. We saw DeBrincat get on the board in the first game, but we need more throughout the roster and stuff like this. And this is a great game to win. I mean, again, you can't win. You can't make the playoffs and win the division in the first month of the season, but sure as shit, you can play yourself to the bottom. We saw it. We've seen it. We saw it last year, the Buffalo and Ottawa and stuff like this. So teams are better. You got to get better, and you just got to go out and get it done.
Tactile Puma 58, the power play is atrocious. And no, you're right. They address Dylan Larkin said as much.
No, it is.
He literally said that.
It's hot garbage right now. But no better way to turn it around than do it at a home ice and in a game that they need. They need to win. They need to be 2-2 after 4. This is where this team is. They can't afford to, to get behind the 8 ball and lose a lot of games early, because then it'll be, the one thing that it might happen is it might get some of the young guys up here earlier. But, other than that, we'll wait and see. It's. I think the frustrating thing, right, when you look at the Wings compared to looking at the Lions, it was just a matter of, okay, Lions, when are they going to get it going? We know they're going to get it going. I trust they're going to get it going, and okay, here, they're going.
Yeah.
The Red Wings, it seems like I haven't seen them go. I guess the 3-0 game, you can say when you shut out Nashville, that's a great game and a great solid effort, but it's the inconsistency that is killing them right now. So they got to win tonight.
No, I agree with you. At least a good showing, even an overtime point. Without, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just can't. You got to amass points early in the season.
The game at New York that everybody flipped out about.
No, you don't.
No one's going to New York and
2.5. You were written right, exactly. Later in the year, you'll go in there when you're cooking or whatever like this, and teams can go in there and win. But it's a really tough place to play, especially earlier in the season, and when the odds were 2.5 to 1.
Yeah.
So they're not. What are the odds on the Caesars sports book going into tonight? I would think that the Rangers are a small favorite, but what would the Wings be, like plus 140?
I haven't looked. Yeah, I would probably say 140-ish. I'm gonna pull it up right now and look. As a matter of fact, Red Wings and Rangers. Yep. Rangers minus 155, Red Wings plus 135. So there you go. Courtesy of Caesars Sportsbook, by the way, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. But yeah, no, I'm gonna be locked into that one tonight. I'm tapping in. I'll be doing some stuff for some of the games this weekend, sitting on the couch, and I'll be locked into it for sure. Danny G, my issue so far is the lack of complementary play. The defense plays well, the offense can't get it done. The offense gets going, the defense can't stop a cold. Ryan Poulter jumps in. Second power play should be Comfer, Raymond, and Tarasenko on the point with Sider.
Should you be worried about winning football games? Coaching Red Wings? No, who knows? Like, to your point, Ryan, is the fact is it doesn't matter. Whatever's working, change it up because it's not working.
Because it's not working. And they'll do that, right? Because he went on to say Kane and DeBrincat on the power play line with Larkin, with a defenseman who's more offensive than Sider. And I thought that they were at their best last year. Like, I expected them to score when it was Kane, DeBrincat, and Larkin on the power play line. And you could see it. Like the game, remember, D-Mac, we talked about it? You could see the game flip when those three were out there together. Now, it would flip back when they went off, but the game would flip. And that's really all I need to see is I do want to see those guys back out there. But, yeah, just it's not the death of the season if they don't win. But I would like to see a good showing. That is it. All right, that does it for today. Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Tomorrow is Friday.
I'll be with Sam Flannel. Nickel Package Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bourbon Friday.
Maybe.
Hey, you know that's what I want to hear. Yeah, Braylon been attacking it a little bit, so
you gotta hide it from Braylon.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been sharing it with him.
Congrats
too.
again. He gets inducted to the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame tonight.
Tonight,
Yep.
absolutely.
We'll be there.
Absolutely. Yeah, Woodward Sports will have some coverage out there for you. So props to you, Bray.
Way to go, Bray.
Happy for you, man.
Heavy's broadcasting live from there.
Was it? Who's that?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, are you for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dope.
Oh, yeah.
5 to 7, man.
5 to
Tap
7.
into that. You never know who's walking around that place,
No,
man.
I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. For D-Mac, for KG, for Chase, for Spencer Rasher, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in Big D Energy. Well, see you later. Nickel Package Fridays Elite. Mike Bell.